Hey guys, it's Wednesday, April the 10th. Hope everybody's had a good day so far. Boy, I've just been getting videos late this week. Just been really busy with different stuff. Hopefully it's fixing to get caught up here for long. We had the CPI report here in the U.S. at 8:30 Eastern Time this morning. There was a couple trades I missed because of that. It just took off. Nothing I could do about it. The pound dollar was one of them. As you can see, that's the report candle right there. So you had no opportunity. Maybe right there, a couple hours before, which I was able to do on the Aussie dollar. I was able to get in on it, and then already taken off half the price. I'm actually all the way down here. When my arrows showed up, I got out because it just had big candles coming down, so I'm out of that trade. But made good money. But I missed the pound dollar. I missed the pound CAD trade. There's the sell. Came back up into it right there on the report and dropped off. Pound yen, I missed that too. It actually made a higher high. And that's that candle stayed within, the rest of the day stayed within that candle. So there was nothing to do on that. Missed that one. Euro New Zealand, missed that one. I'm hoping for a pullback back down into here somewhere. Let's see. 80, somewhere around right in here for a buy opportunity. If it doesn't run up. It may run up. If it does, and nothing I can do about it. Pound New Zealand, same thing. Couldn't get in it. Looking for a buy opportunity back down in somewhere in here. New Zealand yen, missed it too. There was the big candle there. That was on the news. Euro Aussie, I was able to get in it yesterday. Like I told y'all during the Asian session, I was looking for this one. So I was able to get in, and again, the candles are so big and just kept pushing up. There was no way really to move the stop up. Now I did on this one because I was down over here, and when that one showed up, I moved it down here, and that one showed up, moved it there, and couldn't really move it much because those are a little bit smaller. But when my arrows showed up after this 1 hour candle got out right in there, it's back where it was. So we got two good trades. Euro CAD, wasn't able to get it either, but it had no setup. So when it sold off, it just kind of went straight down, didn't come up enough to give you a chance to get in, and kept going lower. So there's nothing to do on the Euro CAD at all right now. Pound Aussie was the same thing as the Euro Aussie. It happened during the Asian session last night. Again, that's yesterday. That's what I said. After 6 o'clock p.m. last night, during the Asian session, I was going to look for an opportunity low risk trade. Was able to get in there. Again, it's done the same thing after the big candle. I just had to move it to stop up underneath there. When my arrows showed up, then I have to wait till it's completed. And that's where I got out at. It was right in there, and that's where it's trading at right now. So I had 3 good trades. I've had a really good week, but I did miss some trades. Several, actually. CAD yen, it done nothing, but there is CAD news tomorrow in the morning. So that's going to affect this CAD yen, and I only want to be a seller anyway on the CAD yen. So let's squeeze this together. I'm looking for this to head up to here and then look for a sell opportunity. We're at, now if it does get up to there, we're only going to be about 120 away from the yearly pivot. And speaking of the yearly pivot, this is what I want to show you guys right here. Remember I had talked about this yesterday. Excuse me. Talked about it yesterday. getting close to that yearly pivot, and I wanted to go ahead and start to dip my toe in the water. And I mean, it almost went up to it. It went, the high was 180, that's 97, came within 17 pips of the line. I think it's going to go back and retest it again and probably close above it. But this sale was a good one. I had to ride out a bunch of this till the report came out, and then it sold off. But I made good money this week on several, but I did miss several. Some of them I just couldn't get in because the report just blew them down. So that was the Aussie yen. Let's see, the Euro yen, I did not get into this one. That was your opportunity. That's the report. That was the opportunity right there. And the trade, that high was 165.16. That high was 164.98. So that's $21 risk if you got in before the report, and then you'd have made, well, it stayed within that 1 hour candle all day long. So right now there is nothing to do on the Euro yen. There is nothing to do on the CAD yen. There is nothing to do on the odd yen unless you're still in it. The pound Aussie, it has made a 1 hour sale. Let's see, let's take a look back. We got that filled in. Yep, right in there. Now let's go back a little bit further and see. It may try to push up. Let's see, we didn't go down far enough, did we? Nope. There's the pivot, yearly pivot right there. Yearly resistance is a good distance away. But I was able to catch that Euro odd and the pound odd during the Asian session last night, so I made good money on both of those. I had told y'all about those too. That's what I was looking for. Low risk trades, and both of them wound up being low risk trades. But I did miss the others. I missed the pound CAD, I missed the pound dollar, the pound yen, I missed that. The Euro New Zealand, I missed that. The pound New Zealand, I missed that. The New Zealand yen, I missed that. The Euro CAD was nothing. There was no trade at all because it had just sold off and didn't come nowhere near to where it gave a low risk trade. The CAD yen done nothing, wasn't in it anyway. The Euro yen, yeah, I guess you could have got in right up in here. Of course, I was in the odd yen from the Asian session, and it didn't really go nowhere until the report. So tomorrow there's CAD news early in the morning, 8:30 I think, Eastern time in the U.S. time. So that's going to be important. And then the FOMC minutes was today, and it didn't really do anything. The PPI report is in the morning also, but it hasn't been doing as moving as much as the CPI had. That seems like that's the big news event now, the CPI. It seems to be more important than the non-farm payroll and the PPI. But the PPI is tomorrow morning here in the U.S. and it, unless it's off, then it might move. But if it isn't and it is close, then it won't do anything. But the CAD will, because it's big news tomorrow on it. That's all. I think I had one more subscriber last night. Actually, I had one that subscribed and one that unsubscribed, so I'm right back break even on that. I guess I wasn't helping, or they thought I wasn't helping, which is okay. You're welcome to do that. I mean, I would suggest doing that. There are so many out there. Because I know I've done that. I've subscribed. I used to subscribe to a bunch of them on YouTube, and then when I seen that they weren't real, they were changing their numbers around, I unsubscribed. So I suggest you go back and do that. If you're subscribed to a bunch and they haven't helped you, go back and unsubscribe. There's no reason to give them those subscribers. They don't deserve it. So take it away from them, is what I suggest deeply. Remember, this is for trading education only. Trade at your own risk, and risk only money that you can afford to lose, as always. I should have another video tomorrow. I think I do got some stuff to do in the morning and after lunch. It's already getting busy, and I'm supposed to be retired, but but I help other people. I give them my time doing that too, especially the elderly. So that's worth it to me. So if you got any questions or comments, anybody, just go to the video of the day, and under the video, the comment section, just put your comment in or ask a question. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Most everybody's been doing my Gmail, which I don't understand that it's not quick. I don't look at that much. So it's easier to go to the video in the comment section, and that's where I go to look the very first thing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, if I'm helping you. Only if I'm helping you. If I'm not, then you don't have to. And another thing I suggest, I did have, again, in an email, somebody emailed me about that they have, I'm not going to name the trader or trader club, I guess, or group, trader group, that's on YouTube, but they were following this person, and they noticed that they were changing their numbers from one day to the next. So he caught on to that, and I told him, I said, if I was you, I'd leave them immediately, and if you've subscribed, unsubscribe from them. Show them you mean business. I'm not trying to get subscribers. The only subscribers I want is the ones that I'm helping. That's it. If I'm helping you, great, subscribe, hit the like. If I'm not, you don't have to. It's that simple. Doesn't bother me one bit. But it just does make me feel better knowing that I am helping somebody, and I sure hope that I am. Because that's what it's supposed to be about anyway. And I thought that all them that's on YouTube, it was supposed to be in that way too, but it hasn't. They changed, and they try to push. Like I've told y'all before, I've actually seen one that told him he wasn't going to give out any more information or anything until they got to 1,000 likes. And that shouldn't make a difference. It shouldn't. I mean, even though I'm giving up my time, that person was giving up their time too. If you're in it to help people, then you're willing to give up your time to help people, and the other with the likes and subscribes pushing them shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. If you get it, fine. If you don't, that's fine too, because you're trying to help people. So it's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. People like to try, but you can't, because usually one or the other causes anger or issues. But not for me. But I'm wanting real bad to do. I wish I could get more response from the audience about doing live streaming, but apparently they don't want me to do that, even though I do want to do that, because it's easy to get questions answered when somebody's in the chat. So hopefully at some point that will happen, because like I said, I do this for free. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for PayPal. I don't ask for donations or anything. I give them of my time freely to be able to help others, and I wish the ones on YouTube would do that too. But like I said, they, some of them push to get, a certain quota of likes or a certain number of subscribers by such and such time, and I don't agree with that. Anyway, enough of that. Moving on. Hopefully to have a video tomorrow. Won't have one Friday. I usually don't trade on Fridays. I usually I'm looking to get out of positions on Friday, especially Friday mornings, and then I look later in the afternoon on Friday to see if there is a potential setup there, and that's it. And it doesn't happen all the time, every once in a while, but most of the time it's on Sunday evening. So I'll be back with a video tomorrow, hopefully sooner rather than later. And if you guys are in trades, please move your stops when you can, take profit when you can. I mean, you don't have to follow the same thing I do. The way I do it, I take off half of position when it moves to, so depending on the currency, because they're all different where I take them off at, because the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand yen don't move as much as some of the other ones, so they're a little bit quicker taking off. And the bigger movers, like the pound Aussie and the euro Aussie and the pound New Zealand, euro New Zealand, pound yen, pound CAD, all of them I take off a little bit later because they are bigger movers on a daily basis. So you're welcome to do it at your own. You got to find your niche that makes you feel comfortable, whether it's a fourth, an eighth, a third, a quarter, or a half, or even 3/4. You got to find what makes you comfortable, where you want to take it off at, and then let the rest, you just kind of control it. Because like I said, I've said this numerous times, I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall. I've said it so much that it's actually true. The brokerage houses say the ones that you trade with, like I trade with a Wanda, they all say they don't average, that they're people that take profit on their trades usually get 8 to 10 pips on average per trade. It's too hard to do that. You have to be almost perfect, and that's almost impossible in this business. So I take off half, and then I move I stop to break even, and then I move it up. And I mean, there's times I get 35 or 40 on half a position, and the other half I get 80 to 100 or more, and that's what I shoot for. If it works like it's supposed to, like the euro odd, if it works like it's supposed to, arrows show up. You can't get these anywhere. I created these, by the way, and they're not for sale. Won't ever sell them, because then somebody's just going to copy them, change them a little bit, and then they're going to sell them. And they had done no work or effort to get it, so I don't want to give them that opportunity. But anyway, this is what I look for, a little push up. Now there'll be times when this arrow shows up and it just runs away. Can't do nothing about it. I have to hope that it don't keep going and running away, but that it'll pull back down in here and then give me the opportunity to get in, and then this happens. That's the perfect example of what to look for. I do swing trading, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I don't do day trading, even though there could be a trade during the day session of New York, which I trade. And then once I get in, I just have to monitor it like this. And of course, this is where I got out, was out here, right in there on that candle, because I have to wait for the close, because I got to make sure that arrow stays there. Of course it did. Now it's sold off, but it's come back to where I got out at. But from down here up to here, so that's well over 150, more like 180 on the second half of the position. The first half on the euro Aussie was 40, so you're talking about 220 pips. The one trade, like I said, again, I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall, but if it helps somebody to be able to learn to stay out of this, I guess I have to keep doing it. When you see these guys on YouTube that has their wins and losses, they may have a great win and loss. They may be for the week, month, for the year. They're all different what they put on, but the one thing they don't show you is the most important. How many pips did you get? And if they can put the total pips in there, which they have for either the week, the month, or the year, which they also have for their wins and losses, then you can divide up the number of wins and losses total into the total pips, and you'll be able to come up how much they got on average per trade. And more than likely it's going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 pips is what I'm willing to bet on, and I don't think you want that. So that's why I do swing trading. I used to do all that crap and wasn't successful. I'd be successful at times, not successful, back and forth, never made enough money to be able to retire until I got to swing trading. Once I started swing trading, that all changed. And so that was in 2007 when I started becoming very profitable. And 17 years later, here I am still trading the same way. I won't change. Old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the pound Aussie was the same way. It went down. Gave you an opportunity, got in the Asian session, and again it was 40 pips as well, half position off. And then when that candle showed up and it closed, because see now it's actually back down to where it was where I got out at, up in there, 192. So that was basically about 140 pips on the second half, 40 on the first half. That's 180, and then the other was over 200. So you're talking about 400 pips just on 2 trades. Now see, I could have, I've given this example before and I'll do it again so everybody can understand. I could have 5 losing trades in a row. Let's say I had 5 losing trades in a row. But then I had these 2 trades I had yesterday, the Euro Aussie and the Pound Aussie, just those 2, even though I had the Aussie Yen also and the Aussie Dollar. I won't even count those. Let's just say I had 5 straight losing trades. Usually my losers are anywhere from 10 to 20, sometimes even less than 10. But let's say on average it's 15. I lose 15 pips on those 5 trades. So that's 75 pips that I lost. But then I got this trade that I won, and the Euro Aussie that I won. And both of them are what I say, 400, almost 400. But if I just posted my record, wins and losses, I would be 2 wins and 5 losses. And if I left it at that, or for people to see, do you think anybody would continue to follow me? The answer would be absolutely not, because they'd say, oh, he's a loser. He got a losing record. Don't want to follow that guy. He ain't no good. Let me follow this guy who's got 20 wins and 5 losses and 2 break-evens. Let me follow that guy. But if you ask them, lo and behold, I mean, all they've got on average is 8 to 10 pips on their winners. What was their losers? So there's a good chance they could be at break-even or in the hole. But they got a winning record. But that's very deceiving, though. See? So you got to find out how many pips total they have, and then you can divide that into the total number of trades, wins and losses and break-evens, all those. And like I said, more, I'd be willing to bet 8, 10, maybe even 12 pips, maybe. I kind of doubt it, but per average. And at that, you're just not going to make it. You got to be perfect so much, and there ain't nobody out there that's like that. Nobody. Not even me, because like I said, I have losers. But that's it for today's video. Hope everybody has a good night, and I'll be back on tomorrow, Thursday, but I won't Friday.